right. We've got to change. We need to make a change here right now. We've got our protections. They're not going to hold up one-on-one. All right, Justin School's not going to hold up. Bucky Irving, he's a young guy. You heard Laura say he's a rookie. Do not release up inside. Go around the outside. Your release to the right should all be determined by where you see color from Aiden Hutchinson showing. Right there, you've got to release outside. That was Rashad White. He should know better than that. This guy is on the cusp of taking the game over.
3 sacks in the first quarter for Aiden Hutchinson. 24 now in his career, which is 2 years and 1+1 quarter games. Khalif Raymond waiting for the hop. It'll die near the 17-yard line. And the Lions offense will take over. But the Lions defense, specifically Aiden Hutchinson, has already taken over. They trail by 3, the number of sacks Hutchinson has in the first. It's a hat trick more than Hockeytown, Detroit, and already one for Aiden Hutchinson. 3 sacks in the first quarter alone for the Lion rush end. Dominating this offensive line. And Daryl Johnston, you could call this picture right now, caption it, back to the drawing board.
All right, what we started with isn't working. You saw variations of getting home to the quarterback there, too. The first one was a real nice twist inside with Aiden Hutchinson. The other ones, he's just winning one-on-one. That's easy to fix. Just give up somebody early in the progression of the route and help out right tackle Justin School.
Here's Jahmyr Gibbs on the edge, dives across the 20-yard line and down there. Pick up a 4 on the play. William Golston covers him up. And despite all that, Daryl, Tampa Bay's up 6-3 on the scoreboard.
Well, again, you know, that opening drive, you mentioned it. It's 21 games now that they don't have an opening drive touchdown. You get the big 41-yard pass interference penalty. You've got to cash in on that with a touchdown to start the game. It needs to be 10-3 right now.
Pass.
Second and 6 to Jamison Williams. And Williams knocked out immediately by Jamel Dean. Time for our first check-in in Los Angeles. Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Thank you so much, Kevin. So the Saints were already up 7-3 in Dallas after a long touchdown last week. Derek Carr finds Rashid Shaheed again. This one goes for a 70-yard score. Saints on top, 14-3 on the road in Dallas. Kevin.
It's the first half of big pass plays. We had a 50-yarder here, a 70-yarder there. Third down and 1 here for Detroit. Goff with protection over the middle. Amon-Ra St. Brown upended at the 40 with a flag down. You hear the crowd behind us. They're officiating this on the big screens. It's going to be a first down for Detroit.
Before the pass was thrown, holding. Defense, number 29. Penalties declined. Result of the play is a first down.
And that's Christian Izzian, who's in that safety spot for the injured.
Correction, that number was on number 35. The foul
Never
was
mind.
on 35.
It's not Christian Izzian. It's Jamel Dean. Izzian's still in for the injured Antoine Winfield,
but it wasn't on him.
Wasn't on him.
Jamel Dean down inside there, and it's right away on the release. Kind of leans outside a little bit. Nice play design because you've got kind of that pick created. You saw the 2 Tampa Bay players run into each other. So
Sione Vaki in at the fullback spot now on first down. The give to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs across the 45 and down in the arms of KJ Britt at the 48. Good 8-yard run on first down.
Yeah, you got to come in there. You got to fill the right way. Watch Jordan Whitehead right here. He needs to be in here when he fills. He's going to get to the outside. So you got 2 guys on the outside of the left tackle, Taylor Deckers. So you left that big hole open there because Levante David was playing down inside. So a little bit of mix up with the gaps right there.
On second and 2, Goff on the roll. Goff throws. Amon-Ra St. Brown is there to get the catch of the first down. Well, Amon-Ra St. Brown last week only 3 catches, 13 yards, the fewest of any of his career games that he started and finished. And you got the sense being around the Lions this week that that wasn't going to be a thing that carried over to this week.
Yeah, because it was something that the Rams didn't do purposefully to take him out of the game. It was just the progressions and the reads, and they couldn't get to him. And when he was the featured guy, there was a penalty. So Dan Campbell told us, he goes, listen, we need Amon-Ra St. Brown involved in the game. He's one of our energy guys.
Speaking of energy, how about Gibbs to the outside, yanked down at the 44 of Tampa Bay. Jordan Whitehead and Jamel Dean were there after the 4-yard gain for Gibbs. And Gibbs closing in on 1,000 yards in his career. It's a nice 1-2 punch for Ben Johnson's offense with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, just doing a great job with all the weapons that he has. And that's a luxury when you're in the NFL. And you look at the players across this offense and what he has at his disposal to challenge defenses is pretty impressive.
Straight drop for Goff in a clean pocket. Finds Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tiptoes up the sideline, out of bounds near the 28-yard line. Jordan Whitehead bangs him out. But Amon-Ra St. Brown is already at his 3 catches from a week ago.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is a nice route. And again, a really nice throw by Jared Goff. There's a little bump. It doesn't reroute him. He gets into that soft area in between 3 defenders. And you can see the location of the throw by Jared Goff.
So can we stop worrying about Amon-Ra St. Brown in Detroit now?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. 3 catches, 35 yards. On first down, Goff over the middle. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Says Moose, you don't have to worry about me. I'm down to the 22-yard line.
He's like one of those running backs, right? When a running back gets the hot hand, as coaches like to say, you want to feed the ball to him. If Amon-Ra St. Brown is that guy on the outside, let's get the ball to him. Whether it's, the short passing game, and hopefully he's not limping around out there on the field.
He's going to have a quarter break to rest. 4 catches, 41 yards on this drive. The Lions grabbing a little momentum late in the first quarter. Defense sparked the momentum. Offense trying to cash in. 6-3 Bucks after 1. But the Lions on the move as we welcome you back inside Ford Field. The numbers are lopsided. 119 total yards for Detroit, 36 yards of offense for Tampa Bay. But the Buccaneers, who got a big penalty on their opening drive to get down for a field goal, up 6-3, needing some help from their defense right now because the Lions have some momentum.
Yeah, and their defense has already helped them out. They had that pass interception right after the field goal on the opening drive with a little bit of the collision there at the top that Jared Goff wasn't happy with, but they're going to have to hold here.
Amon-Ra St. Brown was limping around a little bit. He's back out there. Goff to throw. Checks it short. It's Gibbs on the sideline, and Gibbs dropped right near first down yardage by Levante David in his 183rd career game.
Yeah, how good is that guy? I mean, just amazing. This is checked down underneath. It's a good decision by Jared Goff, and it's because of the speed and then the ability to tackle. They're very good tacklers once they arrive, and you saw how quickly Jordan Whitehead and Levante David closed in on that Amon-Ra or Jahmyr Gibbs.
Got enough, just enough for the first down at the 18-yard line. So Lions in the red zone, 2 for 4 in the red zone in week 1 against the Rams. 10th play of the drive and a first down at the 18. It's Gibbs again. Gibbs stopped right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a yard in the arms of Joe Tryon-Shoyinka.
I think that's going to be one of the interesting matchups. Everybody talks about Detroit's offensive line. If not the best in the NFL, definitely one of the top offensive line groups in the NFL. There's a little bit. Kalijah Kancey's out again this week, but he's an undersized, quick guy. They've got some big bodies in there. It's going to be fun. You got Vita Vea. I mean, it is hard to move number 50 off his spot.
Goff to the air once more, and Williams the intended target. Short hopped him with Jamel Dean in coverage. And now 3rd down and 10. You talk about who Tampa Bay was missing, and this picture 48 hours ago looked even worse. Luke Gedeke, obviously they've missed him on that offensive line. Kalysha Cansey, Antoine Winfield are out. They got Zion McCollum back. He has an interception today. Tyke Smith was under the weather, and he's out there. So for Todd Bowles, it's a bad list, but it looked worse about 48 hours ago. 3rd and 10 at the 18. Goff to Gibbs with blockers in front, but nowhere to go. Well defended by Tampa Bay. Levante David to get the tackle. Now 4th down, and the field goal unit on. So they get to the red zone, but they bog down.
Yeah, you know, both of these teams are great in the screen game. In 3rd and 10 in the red zone area, and you're going to throw the screen, and you have to remember, we just saw the closing speed. I mean, Tampa is really, really good at getting some depth and then breaking and moving up and making the tackle. So an interesting call right there on 3rd and 10.
Jake Bates hit from 22 earlier. This from 35 for the tie. And Bates right down the middle. A 6-6 ball game. We start anew, and another run for the fabulous Baker boys. Baker Mayfield, Godwin, and Evans. Seems to have found a home in Tampa Bay. Signed the 1-year, $4 million deal with the Bucs, his 4th team in 3 seasons. But last season and this year, he has really jumped into a comfort zone. Signed that extension in the offseason. 4 touchdown passes a week ago, and since week 15 of last year, there have been few better in this league.
And that's statistically, and I think one of the things that's always been a part of his character and who he is as a quarterback is that competitive spirit and really how he ingratiates himself to the team. I mean, his teammates love him. Offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. You can't find anybody in Tampa Bay that doesn't love Baker Mayfield.
And the touchback will bring it out to the 30-yard line. You know, and it's not an easy thing, and it hasn't been easy to find the home for Baker Mayfield. Remember 2022, he was traversing the nation from the East Coast to the West Coast, but finally seems to have landed in a spot that he and his family are going to be for quite a while.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just because you're drafted 1 overall doesn't mean everything's going to work out for you. Timing and circumstance are huge in a quarterback's career. Are you a great fit for the offense? You know, just all the different things that come into that. It a lot of times is not the perfect fit. This may be the perfect fit for Baker Mayfield with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
See if they can figure out a way to solve this Lions rush. 1st down and 10 from the 30. It's Rachaad White. He's going nowhere. And Laura, one thing we've seen already in this game, Detroit is getting after Baker Mayfield. 3 sacks already, but that's not going to change Aaron Glenn's opinion of the Bucs quarterback, is it?
Not at all. Glenn said he loved actually watching Baker this week on film. He said he's stepping into himself and it fits him well. He said, man, he's competitive. Like every quarterback, we want to hit him early. We want to shake him up. But this is a guy who doesn't quit, who's going to keep coming back for more. And we have to be ready for that. And we have been seeing that all afternoon so far.
Yeah, he's had to come back from 3 Aiden Hutchinson sacks already. White again, tattooed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Malcolm Rodriguez there to drop him, and it's 3rd down and 10.
One of the favorite things that we had a conversation this week was with Aaron Glenn and about the linebackers and how much they rotate in. And he said, listen, I love our linebacker group. You know, he goes, they've earned the right. Everybody has earned the right to get on that field and get a snap. Malcolm Rodriguez, tough, old school style linebacker is how Aaron Glenn talked about him. You saw it right there on that last play.
On 3rd and 10, here comes the pass rush. Mayfield steps up, throws on the run, and he finds his favorite 3rd down target, Chris Godwin, to move the chains.
Really good job by Baker Mayfield feeling that pressure. It's coming in from his left. He has the ability to step up to his right and extend that play a little bit. And there's your security blanket right there, Chris Godwin. Always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Since 2023, that's the 35th first down, Darryl, that he's gotten on 3rd or 4th down. 4 catches for 50 yards today for Godwin. first down. Rashad White. There is just not much there as he gets a yard to the 48-yard line. For an injury update, we check in again with Laura.
You'll see Terrion Arnold is in there right now, but he hasn't been this whole drive. He was in the locker room getting treatment on his finger. You see he's back, but you see that big bandage over his hand. He was questionable, but obviously back in right now with that bandage.
Oh, it is a huge wrap on that hand. Can you intercept a pass with that wrap?
We're going to find out.
Second down and 9. Mayfield. Pressure coming again. Dodging Lions. Throws to Godwin. Godwin with a first down in Lions territory. Baker Mayfield is doing some work in that backfield. He picks up 11 to Godwin and a first.
I tell you, it's so impressive, to watch him just work his way through this. And credit to the Lions secondary right there. He has nowhere to go with the football. And there's that combination of coverage helping the pressure on the quarterback get home, but they're not being able to secure Baker Mayfield. That's one of the big things. Detroit's great at getting QB hits after the throw, at getting QB pressures, but they've struggled getting the sacks. And that's an area they're going to have to get better at during the course of this afternoon here, because Baker Mayfield is extending these plays and creating first downs.
Timeout taken for Tampa Bay. Baker shaking his head. He's pointing at his ear. I'm not sure he could hear from the sidelines. So while he takes the timeout, we'll check this out from State Farm.
What's Danny doing?
He saved so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan that he got excited.
Bundle is live!
And bundled football with football.
Bundle, amigo! You got bundle! Bundle is live! Field goal! Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Field goal.
So do you kick it or pass it?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Mayfield 5 of 8 for 66 yards. All 5 completions to Chris Godwin today. The rest of the team has been shut out, but Godwin, and you called him the safety blanket. We talked about it last week in Leon Cohen's offense. This is the Puka Nacua Cooper Cup spot from the Rams days.
Yeah, and back in the slot. Last year under Dave Canales, kind of outside a little bit more than he was in the slot. And that's where he was his entire career. And he's kind of back in that role and has a lot more opportunity.
On first down, Mayfield looking down the sideline. He's got Godwin again inside the 10, and he'll walk it in for a Tampa touchdown. 41 yards, and the Buccaneers are back on top.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite plays that's in the NFL. We see so many quick screens on the outside. Here's Chris Godwin right here. So you've got these quick screens on the outside. So you set it up, and then you release down the field. And now you got 13 Mike Evans kind of running through the middle of the field. So he grabs Terrion Arnold's attention, and there's nobody down the sideline to cover Chris Godwin.
Second touchdown of the year for Godwin. 6 catches, 107 yards in this first half. And the extra point is good, and a 13-6 lead for Tampa Bay on the road. This playoff rematch, and the Buccaneers feeling at home away from home. A 13-6 advantage in Detroit for Tampa Bay. That drive using his legs to elude the rush, buying time, finding Chris Godwin, and then the 41-yard touchdown toss to Godwin. His second catch of the year. He had 2 touchdowns all of last year, and he's already matched 2 touchdowns in the first 6 quarters of the 2024 season. Kickoff from the goal line, and it's Kennedy upended before he gets to the 25-yard line by Tavier Thomas. Let's go back to this touchdown. This is a cool play.
Yeah, a lot of sleight of hand. So you're going to bring Bucky Irving over here to take the screen. But here's the big guy that does everything. Mike Evans comes up and runs through the middle of the defense. And then you've got Chris Godwin like he's going to come out and block. And Amik Robertson kind of jumps that. I'm going to go get the receiver. And there is nobody left down that left sideline. And a really good throw by Baker Mayfield. You got a wide open receiver, but you didn't want to put air underneath that one. You wanted to get that one there a little bit quicker.
Well, you know, Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator in his first year with Tampa Bay, is feeling good. Now it's Detroit's turn. From the 22-yard line on first down, it's David Montgomery hit in the backfield, and Jordan